I got introduced to Migos in the club. Like I remember, like it was yesterday when when I first heard the Migo music. Like this DJ called DJ Spinking, that we're really good friends. He stopped the music and he was like, "This is the hottest song right now in Atlanta. I'm telling you right now that this is gonna take over." And then he started playing Versace by Migos, and I'm like,
I bet when you first heard that, you didn't think you'd marry one of them.
never,
No.
never would have thought that.
Was it tough for you to date again?
It's definitely tough dating in your 30s. I never really been a dating person. I always been in long relationships since I was like 21.
With Stefon, how has he inspired you?
I will never complain about my job because he has to do two different things. Not only do you have to study, you also have to get physical. And you have to be in bed at a certain time. You're literally in the military. I work hard, but you like really work hard. I don't really have a sleep schedule. I don't even like to map out my day. I'm even in 3 weeks.
You haven't been in 3 weeks? Why?
No, because my is in Boston and I'm here working.
Pregnancy makes you probably want to more, right?
Yeah, but this is crunch time. In Boston, you're a Patriot.
He's playing.
Hell yeah, we're not playing. Now he's really locked in. Like he's in his season right now.
How you dealing with it?
We just talk to each other every day, and it's like he just came out of a ACL injury. He got something to prove.
You're gonna be at the games.
I'm gonna go to a couple of games, but like I get too anxious. I might be like, I might get bad.
How do you feel about the NAACP giving Cardi B the Life Achievers Award?
I mean, again, like, you know, you basically letting them know that if you do this, this is your reward. When the whole time, like, if that's the case, everybody would have got that. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, it's a game, bro. It's all. It's just a
They don't want nobody doing it the right way.
Heard that he had passed.
We was in bed. I was in bed. We were supposed to go to Lala's party in New York, and my daughter threw up all over my costume. So me and Offset.
So Halloween was over?
Halloween was over because it was just so much throw up on the costume, and I had nothing to wear. So we just fell asleep, and out of nowhere, like Offset phone kept ringing, my phone kept ringing, and like Offset picked up the phone, and he's just like, no, and he's screaming and screaming, and like he's screaming like, no, and I'm like, what's going on? And he's like, Takeoff is dead, and I'm like, I smacked, and I said, don't say that, like don't say that, and then he just like screaming and just throwing things, throwing up, running all over, and I was so scared. Like I was just crying so much. It was terrible.
Stefon Diggs may have left the Super Bowl without a ring and without a girlfriend. Stefon and Cardi B sparked breakup rumors after the New England Patriots lost the Super Bowl. In the hours after the game, fans noticed the two had unfollowed each other on Instagram. Cardi attended the game and made a cameo during Bad Bunny's halftime show, left it early, and posted a video of herself in her car. Before kickoff, when asked if she had a message for Stefon, she simply said, good luck. The couple's relationship became public in mid-2025, and they welcomed their first child together last November. So do you think there is trouble for these two? Let us know in the comments.
So you're in a relationship. How did you meet this man?
It wasn't a DM thing. I could feel the vibe that he liked me, but he never approached me. But I always heard like he was into me. He was very respectful and stuff like that. I was like, no matter how much times you go to the club and think that this is gonna distract you, you know what you have to do to move on. And we just talked. We got to know each other. We wasn't doing too much though. It got to the point that it was like, damn, we talked for hours.
Are you entering your WAG era? Are you gonna be at the games?
Yeah.
You think you'll go on the field?
I don't know.
Doesn't matter what he says, oh, let me heal you. Or, you know, I'm gonna be good to you.
Like one time he just told me, like, it's like, let me heal you. Give me a chance for me to heal you. And it's like, okay.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
All right.
Stefon, the baby Williams crew, the baby Williams. Who is that? You? Oh, my personal life? I told you about that. I don't talk too much about my personal life, but I heard about it.
Any celebrations that we'll see?
We'll see.
Have you had like a crazy paparazzi situation?
When I was shooting I Like It and I was pregnant and stuff, and like paparazzi was putting videos and my stomach was kind of like big, like that f***ed me off. Or like this one time, like they was literally chasing me down the highway here in New York, and it's like I was going to my grandma's house, and it's like, you're not gonna get my grandma's address. Y'all better leave me the f*** alone. It's a violation.
Stop what you're doing for a second, because this story is not what it looks like on the surface. Cardi B has not officially confirmed a breakup. There has been no dramatic post, no "it's over" caption, no headline declaring the end. Yet, according to people close to her, something has quietly shifted. The way she's moving now has insiders whispering that this relationship may already be on borrowed time. And here's the crucial part. It's not what Cardi B has said, it's what she hasn't said. More importantly, it's what she's reportedly considering behind the scenes. Sources close to Cardi B say she's actively reassessing her situation, weighing her options, and creating distance as allegations involving Stefon Diggs continue to unfold. Not reacting emotionally, not rushing to defend, just stepping back. And when Cardi B steps back instead of speaking out, that's when you know things are serious. But to understand why this silence matters, we need to rewind. Not long ago, Cardi B and Stefon Diggs were described as low-key but serious. No constant posting, no forced public appearances, just quiet, controlled proximity. For Cardi B, that already told you something. At this stage of her life, she doesn't entertain casual relationships. She's more guarded than ever, and her inner circle has noticed. When allegations surrounding Diggs began circulating, Cardi B didn't jump online. She didn't defend him, she didn't clarify, she didn't shut anything down. And if you follow her career, you know that's unusual. Historically, Cardi B reacts quickly when she's emotionally invested. She speaks, she defends, and she shapes the narrative before anyone else does. This time, nothing. According to sources, that silence is intentional. Cardi B isn't rushing to label anything. No breakup, no reconciliation, no public stance. Instead, she's taking time to assess what this situation could mean long-term, personally, legally, and publicly. That's a huge shift from how she used to move. And it matters because the allegations involving Diggs aren't just gossip. They carry legal language, court timelines, and potential scrutiny. While nothing has been proven, uncertainty alone can be damaging. Cardi B is a mother, a brand, and a public figure navigating divorce matters, custody optics, and major business moves. She can't afford to be reactive, and sources say she knows that. So instead of making an emotional declaration, she's reportedly doing something far more calculated. She's creating space, not cutting ties publicly, not confirming anything, just pulling back enough to protect herself while things remain unclear. And that's where the tension starts building. Fans have noticed it too. No recent public appearances together, no subtle online interactions, just distance. Distance invites speculation. Some people assume they're done, but insiders say it's more complicated. Cardi B hasn't closed the door. She's standing in the doorway looking both ways. Sources say she's asking questions, talking to advisors, and considering how deeply she wants to remain connected to a situation that could escalate. This doesn't mean she believes anything one way or another. It means she's thinking ahead. And that's very Cardi B in 2025, because this version of her doesn't wait for chaos to explode before stepping back. She's learned from public loyalty that turned into public regret. So when uncertainty enters the room, she pauses. And that pause, it speaks volumes. Timing is doing a lot of work here. As reporting around Diggs intensifies, Cardi B becomes less visible in the narrative. Not defensive, not supportive, just absent. According to sources, that absence is deliberate. She doesn't want to be asked questions she can't answer. She doesn't want her name pulled into hypotheticals. And here's a key detail. Cardi B hasn't accused anyone. She hasn't confirmed any details. She hasn't publicly sided. She's simply protecting her lane. Distancing herself during uncertainty is not the same as condemning someone. It's choosing not to be entangled while facts are still unfolding. But in celebrity culture, even that choice becomes a statement. People start asking, if everything was simple, would Cardi B really be this quiet? That question alone keeps the story alive. Another layer, Cardi B's past. She's stood by partners publicly before, defended them even when it cost her reputation, and explained, justified, and forgiven in front of millions. This time she's doing none of that, Sources close to her say this is intentional growth. She's no longer interested in managing someone else's controversies, especially when they aren't hers. Speculation ramps up. People wonder whether Cardi B is preparing for a clean exit if things escalate, not emotionally, but structurally. She's positioning herself so that if she does walk away, it won't look reactive. And that's smart. Once narratives harden, it's harder to step away without scrutiny. Doing it early, quietly, and without public drama keeps control in her hands. What about Diggs? From his side, denials have been issued, legal processes are underway, and none of that is influenced by Cardi B's silence. But perception matters. When someone as visible as Cardi B creates distance instead of solidarity, people read into it. Fair or not, that's reality. Again, this isn't proof of anything, but it adds weight. Sources say she's being careful not to fuel speculation while still protecting herself. No statements, no captions, no indirect shots, just quiet consideration. Will she eventually confirm a breakup? Sources say it depends on how things develop. If the situation resolves quickly, things could stabilize. If it escalates, don't be surprised if Cardi B makes a clean, definitive move, but only on her timing. That's the key takeaway. She isn't being dragged by the situation. She isn't reacting to social media. She's observing, listening, and deciding. And that slow decision-making is what makes this story so tense, because silence creates space. Space creates speculation, and speculation keeps eyes locked in. People close to Cardi B aren't just talking about distance, they're talking about evaluation. This is a very different mindset. Sources say Cardi isn't heartbroken or confused. She's reportedly looking at the situation like a chessboard, asking herself, what does staying look like? What does leaving look like? What could each option cost me 6 months, a year, or even 5 years down the line? Because for Cardi B, relationships don't exist in a vacuum. Every move intersects with her kids, her brand, and public narrative. That's why she hasn't rushed to label anything publicly. Labels lock you in, silence keeps your options open. And that's exactly what she's doing right now. People close to her say she's been having quiet conversations with her inner circle. Not gossip, not venting, but strategic discussions, the kind where you ask, if this gets worse, where does that leave me? Or, if this drags on, how I protect my peace without becoming collateral damage. That's foresight, not fear. And here's a detail that changes everything. Sources say Cardi B isn't waiting for a verdict. She's waiting for clarity on risk. Those aren't the same thing. You don't need proof of guilt to decide a situation is too volatile to stay in. You just need uncertainty. And uncertainty is exactly what surrounds this story right now. There's something subtle but important happening behind the scenes. Cardi B hasn't just gone quiet publicly, she's limiting private visibility too. Fewer shared spaces, less overlap, more separation in day-to-day life. Not dramatic, just intentional. That matters because she's testing what distance feels like, seeing how her life looks without constant proximity, noticing whether peace increases or tension decreases. Sources say this kind of test usually precedes a decision. Another angle often overlooked, Cardi B has always been hyper-aware of how women are treated in public scandals, even when they aren't directly involved. She's seen how narratives flip, how silence gets weaponized, how loyalty gets reframed as complicity. Sources say she's not willing to play that role again. By not defending, denying, or confirming anything, she refuses to be cast in a story that isn't hers. And that's powerful. It shifts focus back to the situation itself instead of dragging her into it. Here's why this approach is smarter than an immediate breakup announcement. If Cardi officially ends things now, it becomes part of the headline cycle. Cardi leaves Diggs, Cardi B reacts to allegations, Cardi B responds publicly. Suddenly, she's the story. By staying silent and ambiguous, she avoids becoming news. She becomes background. And for someone in her position, that's exactly where you want to be while things are unresolved. So, for now, there is no confirmed breakup. But according to sources close to Cardi B, there is definitely distance, evaluation, and preparation happening behind the scenes. And whatever she decides next, one thing is clear. This version of Cardi B is not moving off emotion alone. She's moving off foresight. And that may be the biggest difference of all. Do you think Cardi B is setting up a quiet exit? Or is she just waiting for clarity before making any move at all? This story is still unfolding, and in many ways, the silence might be the loudest part yet. That concludes today's video. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future celebrity updates. Until next time, stay tuned for the inside story, because sometimes what's not said speaks louder than anything anyone posts online. Heat. Heat.